to me how your personality changes when you're playing too much Dota. Like, part of why I love this job in comparison to being a pro is because I feel like I'm just such a calmer person. And if you talk to any of the players that have retired, like Go Black, FNG, and I had discussions about this when he was doing a year or two of talent, it's so much more peaceful. You're not stressed, and you don't have to queue into those 25 MMR games.
We actually were talking about this earlier. It's the fact that like MMR, it kind of has this weird emotional tie to you, where every game, like you could play an evening, you lose 2 games, and then like that whole night's kind of ruined because all you can think about is that lost MMR.
I have to disagree on that, right? In my life, right, I would be mad at Dota if I had something that I'm mad about in my life. And then that's a problem what Kyle said. If Dota is your life, if you are a professional player, then if you're losing those games, then that's a problem, right? So.
Oh, and also, I've just received word that if EG is to win, because of course it's don't want to jinx them, but we'll actually have Arteezy joining us for an interview, and he's also stated that if you guys can reach that $200,000 donation goal, we're just 15K away, then he will do a continuous 72-hour stream. That's right. If we can get to 200,000, Arteezy will do 72 hours of streaming.
What's he going to be doing, sleeping on stream?
Is there proof here, or is this just you pulling it out of thin air?
Well, now it's true.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's how it works,
I said it. I'm sitting in the host chair.
Yeah.
So now he's got to do it.
Okay.
You just guys, you got to hit that milestone.
Yeah. Thanks, Arteezy. He's so generous.
Thanks. Yeah,
Thank
seriously, Arteezy, really a great
Cheers,
guy
man.
looking out for the community.
Yeah.
And I will say, I actually really do enjoy Arteezy's stream. Because I think Zai is another one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of players that are really good, that just kind of play dotes.
They play with music.
Yeah.
That can vary. And it's just always good Dota, for sure.
I think it's also funny because especially when it's our tour, then everyone starts queuing because they want to snipe him. So all of a sudden there's like 1 or 2 pretty solid NA Dota games because we really don't have enough of a pro player pool that most nights you got a bit of a middling crew. But then our tour starts queuing, and suddenly we got a whole squad up. Well, let's get into the draft real quick here. Mirana Centaur again from Crazy.
But this time it's against the Chen, so it looks a little bit better than against the Shadow Demon. So I have to say that.
Yeah.
But still, it's something that they know how to play. That's something that I said it would be best to pick along those lines. So I'm kind of happy for them. I think this could actually work. And this time around, like I said, there's no Shadow Demon.
Yeah. A little takeaway, I think, from this series, even if EG do 3-0 sweep it, is when they have picked Wraith King, they've always covered the Wraith King pick with a Terrorblade ban. So clearly, obviously, they don't want to have that TB versus Wraith King matchup as just kind of a future nugget of information to take away in future drafts. If that's available and a team goes for Wraith King, then EG clearly value it as a good counter to said hero.
Okay.
But I'm not sure, like, okay, TB is strong against Wraith King, but why just get rid of it? Does Skeeter play a lot of TB? TB is not really good right now. There's Necro, there's all these magic damage heroes that are being played.
No, he doesn't. I don't think he does play it. He plays Necro, Bloodseeker, PL.
Why won't they pick him Bloodseeker, man? You can't really do it into a Wraith King, but that's the sort of hero I'd love to see Crazy looking to play with.
I feel that was more of like a NIP specialty, though. I understand that Skidder plays it, but I feel like when he was in NIP as a team, they like to go for that kind of 1 or 2 fundamental core heroes that they pick early and just play with, right? So Razor, Bloodseeker, these are the 2 primary ones I can think of. So I think it's not a Skeeter preference, it's more just the team he was in just was like, go on, buddy, play your Bloodseeker. It's like, thank you. Like, it's nothing to read into, honestly.
All right. An interesting point. I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like that sort of style is what would be best for Crazy because it allows KZU to also play on some aggressive tower pressure-based hero, notably Venom or Furion.
But there's already a Centaur, hence why it's hard to see it justified in this game.
Exactly. It's just frustrating as well because I just don't see this as KZU's preferred archetype. They're going to go for an Oracle, but again, I just don't know if I like this hero into a Chen. You have nothing to deal with this creep wave pressure, and now if you look at this mid-game team fighting, it's going to be Chen with an army arguably more impactful than these supports combined.
Chen loves playing against like these Oracle type heroes. These defensive heroes do not play playing against any type of neutral creeps, and when you pick your Wraith King so early, then like there's room to counter it. But I think we saw in that last game as well. It's like even if you counter it, it does have like Wraith King as a hero. Obviously with the change of Vampiric Aura, is always going to have good damage. don't really care about these hard counters because you itemize to deal with them, and when you get to level 20, you don't care about the mana burn. And overall, it's a hero that naturally just plays so well in running in, tanking some spells, wasting so much time. You don't have to be so on point with positioning because you buy so much time being a Wraith King, and it just simplifies the game plan. And I just like the way that even Crazy played a really solid Wraith King game. Like, it's just a easy to execute hero that it's hard to deal with, honestly.
I feel like we've seen already today Troll Oracle, and I feel like maybe this Oracle might be a setup for the Troll.
100%.
Yeah, it deals really well with the Chen, it can defend towers, it deals really well with the Wraith King even in the later stages of the game. In the early stages it builds a fast diffusal which might actually take you off guard and kill you. So in my opinion it could be a setup for the Troll. The only thing I see here is that EG could be well aware of that and try to counter it right now.
Is this the Bulba Clock?
I wouldn't be surprised. It is his specialty. I do know Crit enjoys playing it as well, however, so it could go either way.
Because I think Crazy have put themselves in that position again where they need to pick the Skeeter hero. There's still that instant instant counter from EG coming out with Bulba's hero. Like, obviously Bulba might be playing the Clockwork, but your question is, do you value more Brawl having the good lane, or do you want to just pick a default hero, default carry?
I could see a Morphling coming out here, but I don't know if I want to pick Skeeter's hero, especially when you consider that they're not exactly picking something niche for Brile, right? That previous game, they had an anti-mage 4th pick. It gets hard countered, and then all of a sudden, Brile's still playing something standard.
Okay, there it is.
They do it again. I don't know, man.
Because now they're going to be able to pick a solid lane. They could maybe just put the clock on 4 to pick a strong laner.
I would actually love to see, it'll sound crazy, but I think Undying is such an insane pick in this spot. You already have plenty of catch, and if you think about their team fight, right, there is absolutely nothing Centaur Spectre can do against an Undying.
It is wild. It's a good suggestion, but my fear is then you're so dependent on having that good laning phase. You want to run at them. It might be a little. You might not have that continuous lockdown to really stop. Like, Oracle comes in, has that save. Sure, he tombstone, you run away. Like,
hey, this same concept. I actually really like this selection as well because it just provides you this attack-based team fight. Right? None of these heroes could kill Tomb. They can't kill Egg either.
Mirana
and now you've got a ton of team fight.
Mirana is solid.
Yes, but it's a support.
Okay,
Mirana.
but one of those interactions, though, the way that you say that Mirana is solid, it's like saying, okay, so this is a hard counter to that, but in the big team fight with all the spells being thrown, this hero has to find his way to the egg, double leap in, right click. You know, it's good in theory on paper, but in execution, not so much. And I just like how EG's lineup is so clean to look at.
I agree. You've got two big frontliners. You got Beefy, Clock, and Wraith King. And yeah, sure, it's not a tombstone, but the egg provides you that area control. So when you collapse on a tower with all this pushing potential, Crazy just can't do anything. And it just straight up shuts down the Spectre Haunt as a win condition.
He haunts, everyone just hugs the egg, right?
Yeah.
Done. And
what
then
do?
If you commit, obviously you're inside egg. So yeah, I really like this pick. The question is, though, is it a position 4 Phoenix or maybe even position 3?
I think it's a crit Phoenix.
Yeah.
Almost for sure.
Yeah, just simply because obviously Bob were playing the Clockwork?
Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of feel like if the Clockwork doesn't find the Oracle, that Oracle and Centaur can survive all of this damage, right? I don't see any damage from EG. That's the only problem I see on their part, right? They come to a tower. If they don't kill the Oracle, the hero in front is not dying here.
Isn't it this pick, though? You've still got Ember and Void Spirit in the pool.
That's true. That's true.
I imagine Rio will go for one of the two. He won't know his matchup, of course, but he'll have a lot of options. You could even, you talked about Viper. This is a hell of a Viper game, looking at this lineup. You remove both passives off the Spectre. Centaur doesn't get his Retaliate.
Void Spirit.
Pretty sick.
Dude, I love the Crazy lineup.
Yeah, this Huskar pick is probably the best pick they could have actually pulled out here. Laning phase, the Void Spirit's going to have to skip the first wave because he dies. He's going to come in with the Quelling Blade, try and grab the first creep wave. That might give him a little bit of fresh air, but overall it's going to be quite rough. And it does bridge the gap of there's going to be an issue of how do you deal with the Huskar. Luckily, though, Phoenix, a natural vessel buyer, so you're going to have that vessel buyer in your team.
Against an Oracle?
Sure, but again, you've got the Clockwork maybe to jump the Oracle. Like, EG has the answers. The question is, we have to respect the Huskar last pick and the fact they have Oracle Huskar.
Yep.
And the fact that Huskar is going to win the lane.
Exactly, yes.
Do you think that they'll, because the way I see this Manta Diffusal timing on the Spectre combined with a Huskar Aegis, maybe a BKB, I feel like if they don't win the game around that mark, EG inevitably pull ahead as it gets into the late.
Yeah, I can see that too. Also, I forgot actually, VoiceBro could even buy the vessel as well. So you could go for an earlier vessel timing. Phoenix then could go for like the Halberd eventually. Like I see EG has the answers. The question is, how easy is it for Crazy to have a 3-lane Huskar, move around objective to objective? Spectre can just horn in when he wants. He might even go for a Manta Diffusal build to be more active. I think it's going to be really strong.
Are you really? You guys are putting late game into a team that's playing against the Spectre and the Huskar Oracle. Huskar Oracle is a hell of a late game.
Real fast, who's going to win?
Crazy. We said it's going to be 2-2 and it's going to go to game 5.
I feel like I have to go Crazy after thinking about it a little bit more.
Well, speaking of crazy, we've got 2 casters ready to go that are completely insane. Synderen and Sunsfan, you're with me, yeah?
That is the best segue I've ever heard. Thank you so much, Kyle and panel.
We're so
Truly
insane, man.
appreciate it.
Oh,
that
You
how
God.
an
actually
insane
sound like you
person
might be
sounds?
insane. I don't know, man. You've got that aura.
Well,
Thank you,
I'm
Synderen.
glad you guys are here. I hope that Crazy puts on a show for us, and you do your best to entertain the viewers. It's been a little lackluster so far, but I've got faith in you guys.
We'll do our best to step up our game for you, Kyle. Thank you
We'll
so
try.
much again.
You better. Mostly Synderen.
Listen, we all know that
Always
the people
Synderen.
that need to step up their game here is Crazy. Okay? Crazy need to step it up, and they're
Is that
stepping it
enough
up
hype
right
for you?
now.
Ah! That's a lot of hype.
Oh no!
Oh,
he's
juke,
dead.
juke.
Oh no, they
Is
missed.
he? Ooh, fairy fire, hype. I'm hyping as much as I can. Ryoya's running away. Run.
I mean, Shannon, he's dire. He has nowhere to run to.
He's dead.
He,
I'm just trying to hype it up for Kyle. That's all I'm trying to do, man. Okay.
actually,
Why you have to
that
make fun
hype
of me,
was
Synderen?
so weird. It's probably right. It's just what Kyle wanted. I'm sure. This is what he was looking for.
I mean, weird is
If
good.
he wanted Crazy, he got it. Okay,
wanna be a normie,
let's
can
talk
you?
about the game for a little bit. I think this is Crazy's draft, their best draft of the series so far. I think they have the best chance of winning this game. I'm not going to say I flat out favor their strategy, but this is a really good last pick Huskar. They have it with the Oracle. There's more clear to execute game plan. And the challenge for EG in this game is to deal with, I want to say, the first Huskar peak. If you can prevent him from getting the Aegis or defend against the first Aegis, you probably buy enough time for Wraith King to get possibly, again, a build like last game where he gets the Silver Edge. Really good against both the Huskar as well as the Mirana. And then you can possibly play around that with your Phoenix. But even the Phoenix egg got solved by this Huskar pick with a great attack speed. So it's a really solid overall hero for the game. And well, we'll see if Crazy. If
do
this
you
is enough for him.
remember? Do you remember what the last ban was for EG?
Ember Spirit?
Okay. If they had
Which would
picked Ember
also be
Spirit,
good.
how would you feel? Because Huskar, it really does feel like the perfect game.
Yeah, I think Huskar is a better pick overall, and I don't think EG were considering it. It looks like just a missed piece they weren't paying attention to, which
I mean,
it's
on top
extremely
of all
forgivable.
that-
Honestly, Dota has so many complexities that you can't do it.
There
perfectly
are
every time.
120-ish heroes, Synderen,
Yeah.
plus or minus. Probably
Accounting
minus a
for
couple,
everything
actually.
is just not really humanly possible all the time. So
Especially
think
when
EG's been
Bulba
very
is
solid.
not coaching and he's playing. He has too much to think about. It's like, I cannot feed on Clockwork. God
he's
help me,
already
please.
thinking about how to play during the draft, so he can't
Yes.
look at the draft anymore.
Synderen, this is how it works for players. I don't know if you know this.
I'm not a player. Sorry.
I know.
Okay.
You can learn from Bulba.
Don't say I
Now,
know, Shannon. That's a wrong
One,
answer.
I know exactly how Bulba feels, okay?
Okay.
But something we didn't talk about, Huskar versus Void Spirit is also amazing for Huskar since he's dealing magic
it's a
damage.
Very good lane.
So it's going to get bullied a bit here is Ryoya. See how he
Huskar
can
against
manage.
any melee hero is a win in mid. I don't think there's a single melee hero that wins this lane.
I feel like
can't think
there's
of it.
always an exception in Dota, but I feel like
Yeah,
you're
maybe
probably right
Brood,
on that.
but even Brood wins, I think, possibly. Ryoya is just killing
Oh,
himself.
he's going
right now. He's
in.
trying to
He's
trade.
going ham.
Okay.
And he's dead, just as we said that Huskar will destroy. Ryoya
He didn't even
destroys
die.
instead.
Okay, that is that's bad news, Bryle. That's not how this is supposed to go. Now the lane is equalized. He doesn't have a salve though on Ryoya. I think he should have suicided to the tower there probably for free refill. But now he's going to struggle with playing defensive for quite a while as this courier has to walk all the way back to base, pick up salves, and come back out. So essentially, this kill will kind of be negated in terms of just lane presence that he will have absolutely none of for a minute.
But you feel
almost
good
here.
about it. I mean, suiciding to the tower gives up that mental edge, right? You don't feel good doing it, but you know you have to.
I disagree. I think it's the other way around. I think when you suicide to the tower, it's the ultimate power play. It's like, I just killed you, and we're going to equalize. When you come back, I'll do it again. Like, this is the weak
you're giving
play.
up gold, right? I mean,
it's really... Yeah, but imagine how much gold you just gave up now, right? You can't go to the creeps. You're giving up more gold this way. You're missing
fair enough.
a wave and a half, and you have to buy salves. So that's like 300 gold. I don't think the kill is worth that much. Not yet, anyway.
I mean, Brile, like you said, Brile can still end up winning this lane as a result of that. So we'll see.
He can.
How things
Looks decent, though, for Ryoya. Still. But could be better.
Kezu playing his patented Centaur again. And like we mentioned, the Clockwork by Bulba, which I am very excited to see.
Legendary
Beastmaster
game
and
against
Clockwork.
LGD at TI 3. It was.
That's right. That was very legendary indeed.
Very
Back
memorable
in Bulba's
game.
heyday.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Bulba is honestly a bit underrated as a player, or he was during his career. I think the thing that he struggled with was probably pressure situations more than anything, although that particular instance was obviously not the case. He was very clutch. But like I said, Clockwork, Beastmaster, probably his two best heroes as of a few years ago. So things might have changed since then. His starter was quite solid, though, as well.
Yeah.
So having a good
He's been playing
performance.
really well in this series, honestly. I think he's done his job every game. I was probably more impressed by the Slaughter than the Beastmaster, actually. But both games, you know, he's not playing against bad
Slaughter,
players, right?
he's a better hero.
Holding his own. So I definitely disagree with that.
Definitely a better hero. Not even close.
Beastmaster is so good right now.
Apparently not,
Superhero.
Syndrin.
He's been banned
Because
the
I'm
other two
definitely
games.
Syndrin,
First
can you
phase.
just agree with me so we can end this conversation?
I
please?
will absolutely agree if you say you're wrong. Immediately.
Absolutely not. Thank you. Maybe if you watch a certain movie, then we'll be on the same page.
yeah,
Ryle
okay.
was dealing a lot of damage to Ryoya. He's forced out. Absolutely no mana to speak of, though.
But look at the golden mid now, right? Like, you wouldn't think, if you look at the snapshot, you would never think that Void Spirit killed the Huskar when you look at this. It's just, I actually think Ryoya not suiciding to tower was a bigger mistake than the kill.
Well, in terms of
That Brawl
experience,
gave
at least it's even, though. That's one thing that Ryoya will be relatively happy about. Because I feel like if you don't get that kill, you're super far behind in this lane. So if you go into this game, like into the draft, and you look at the state of the game right now, I think EG is fine with this. Would you agree?
Yeah,
With this mid lane.
It's okay. I don't think they're like very happy, but if you
Well, if
pause
you're
the
not
game
getting
now and
crushed
you
by
tell them,
Huskar,
if you tell them the state of the game right now in mid lane and in the pause, they're like, okay, we'll deal with it. But they're not like, they might think it's going better than it is based on the kill, right? Like, that's where you
True.
really inspire hope in your teammates. Holy shit, you
yeah,
killed
we definitely
Huskar.
have more information. Bottom lane in the meantime, Bulba had the battery
Skeeter's
stop
dead.
going. Skeeter very low, will fall to the right click of Crit. Purifying Flame's not enough to take out Crit. He's going to heal up a little bit more now. Actually has a salve on top of it,
He's full HP.
along with the headdress. Yeah, he's perfectly fine. So big kill there for EG.
Yeah.
And
Spectre
how's his top lane
Oracle is such a weak lane. It's like it just has very little going for it. You're
the
not very
idea
strong
behind this lineup-
defensively. You're not very strong offensively. It's pretty meh.
The idea behind the lineup is your Huskar kind of takes over a bit, so your
Yeah.
Spectre has some space, right? You can't
Oh,
just
for
pick
sure.
Spectre in any lineup.
But at the time Crazy picked their heroes, I don't think they were planning for the Huskar. I think it just came to them in the end. I don't think when they picked Spectre, they were like, we're going to get Huskar last. Because, you know, it could have been banned, right? You can't guarantee that as your plan. So they kind of ended up rounding it out this way, but it doesn't seem like it was premeditated the whole way through. Always considered
I think
like the
either
order
way,
and
you
what
probably
information's
want a space creator regardless in the mid lane for this game specifically. Sometimes you can pick like a carry-ish hero, but for this one, because of the Spectre, had to get somebody else.
Arteezy's going the same build again, by the way. He has 0-3-3 build, and this time around he has a much better laning stage. He is super farmed. Remember last time around he was 1k gold behind the AM around this point. This time he's topping the charts. So compared to last game, EG's start is actually better, relatively. Now it's just about how good the Huskar is, but
We got some
For now.
diving in the bot lane. Ryoya coming in with that haste rune. We got some TP support coming in though as well. Skeeter at half HP, but here comes the Huskar. Brawl TP's in, gets a nice ult. Bulba looks to be super dead. Brawl pretty low, but his passive is definitely going to work. Ryoya with one more charge on his ultimate, so we'll be fine. So a good rotation there from Crazy, stopping that gank.
And both teams immediately readjusting, so they have a hero on mid. See that very smooth transition where both Fly and Moon Meander going toward mid, neither of them TPing. They actually both ran there as a part of this rotation, so nicely done. And yeah, Crazy come out on top on this one. The Huskar just way too strong right now for them to handle when he rotates. But in the end, it's only 1 kill on the position 3 Clockwork, who's already not having the best game ever, so it's not that valuable. But it's something. It's something for Crazy.
Are you expecting pretty much the exact same build from RTZ, by the way? I mean, Silver Edge, like you said, is really good this game.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's going to go Radiance and then Silver. Again, seems solid. He might go a faster build. It's a possibility to go something like Armlet into Silver Edge this game. Because you're afraid of the timing. Oh, good route.
Gonna get canceled. Moon Meanders here. Arrow is available. Bryle. Kezu's here as well. They're just completely surrounding him.
He doesn't have Stampede ready.
For the stun.
Oh my god, he's
Marana
gonna live.
Arrow will miss. Is he holding on to a point? He is not actually holding on to a point for his ult.
Space, Shannon. That's like 2 universes.
Universe?
Yeah.
Player?
No. Space,
The
universe.
actual universe. Okay, just making sure
Yes.
there's no pun. Okay.
There was.
I mean, it is a pun.
Shannon, please.
But was it intended, Cinderin?
Yes, but it was not good. Stop talking about
Cinderin,
it.
can you explain the universe comment, please? I would really appreciate that.
Explain the universe.
Explain the universe to me. Show me the world, as the great Aladdin would say. Kezu TP's into the bot lane, has a hood, so pretty early on. Nicely done for him. He is 3rd in net worth for his team. And in fact, the net worth advantage is going the Crazy's way right now.
And it's largely the mid lane,
RTZ's
right?
on top.
Huskar is 1k net worth ahead of the Void Spirit currently. So that's the big discrepancy. The rest of the playing field is relatively level, but that mid lane is a stomp right now. Even with the kill, it's a stomp.
Yep. Even with the, I mean, it's an expected stomp though, right? I mean, what do you think of Void Spirit as like a catch-up hero? Do you think he's really good, average? I mean, it's not like Shadow Fiend tier, but in terms of coming back to the game,
the way he catches up is different. Like Shadow Fiend will catch up through just sheer farming power of taking stacks in the jungle and shoving out his lane. Void Spirit catches up through levels. So when you hit this level, I want to say even level 7, but especially level 8, 9, 10, when you get more points in Remnant, you just have so much play potential around the map with low cooldown that you can equalize your disadvantage by making your teammates have better games. You're realistically not catching up to this Huskar for a long time in this game, but if you can give your corresponding cores in the team a few hundred net worth advantage over their counterparts in the enemy team, then it's okay to be behind. Like you don't have to play from ahead on Void Spirit all the time. I think the hero does enough. Kind of like Puck, right? Sometimes Puck isn't farmed, but you can still feel very impactful in the right situation. So
I think no matter the state of the game, it's pretty difficult to kill a Void Sphere just because of the sheer mobility anyway. We'll be going for Treads right now. Is this... we've seen a couple different builds the last 2 games since he's been picked every time. First one was Yule's. Second one was just straight up crit. What do you prefer this game?
I think there's enough catch this time when you have a Clockwork as well, right? I think the Crystallis is pretty... You need something to kill Huskar. I think that's the main objective of the game. Kill Huskar or get on top of Oracle. Maybe Orchid build is a possibility. You just get in the back lines, kill Oracle.
It's the new Orchid, though. Do you like... Or I guess I'm thinking of the actual Bloodthorn once you upgrade it.
Yeah, you're not building Thorn on this hero if you get Orchid. You're never going to use the attack speed. So unless your teammates really benefit from the burn, then I don't think it's worth it. Mid tower's dead. Good rotation from Crazy. They know they're strong right now. They can take it straight away.
Yep, 2k lead right now. Mech now on Fly. Go along with the Hand of God, of course. It looks like it will be the Yules for Ryoya. So playing it the more defensive... I mean, the thing I love about Yule is it gives you literally everything you need. It gives great stats, mana regen, and all that stuff. Gives you offensive potential to set up your Aether Remnant, or defensive potential to take, Dispel, or it gets you out of dodge for like a Huskar ult or whatever the case may be. Super flexible item choice.
Yeah, it's the stable. It was more like, what can you consider instead of it? I'm not mad at this item at all. I think it's completely fine.
You sound pretty mad to me. I don't know.
I'm fucking mad.
Nice dodge there from Ryoya. I've never heard you mad before. Like truly, I've heard you tilted in like a pub or something, but
That
truly
sounds
angry.
absolutely unbelievable. That cannot possibly be.
I've never seen it. Like, what if you're just like a really mean person that's just pretending to be nice?
I thought you were
about that
going
hookshot bottom lane. Get the hold on to that thought. The doppelganger Cinderin living somewhere in the world, I'm sure. Skeeter with not much mana to speak of, but KheZu pops the ult. They're going to attempt to go for Bulba, and it looks like it'll be an easy kill. He's trying to create as much space as possible. Not able to get the cogs off in time, though.
They forced 2 TPs. I think that's honestly kind of par for the course here. You force the enemy to TP 2 heroes bottom, that's 180 gold. And they spend, I don't know, 30 seconds on that kill almost, running him down the whole way. So, just an overall space gained in the other lanes. I think that's completely fine. Arteezy, total free farming, meanwhile, obviously, closing in on what should be a 15 minute radiance in this game, so much faster. But this time around also, let's keep in mind, Skitter is having a good time too, and he went the Necrobook build. This is a new build popularized on the Spectre hero, where Necrobook compensates for your lack of ability to farm as a hero, and it gives you a lot more potential to join fights with Haunt, and then you can pop the Necrobook, get the mana burn against Wraith King. There's a lot of good things about this build this game.
How popular is this build right now? Its Soul Ring was the standard for a while.
Yeah, I think in very high games right now, this is the most popular pickup on Spectre after the boot upgrade. I'm pretty sure this is what most people get. This into Radiance or straight Radiance are the two preferred builds that I have seen in the last like 5 to 10 Spectre games I've watched. So,
ooh, blink,
KheZu again.
hoof stomp, and into the life break. Beautifully timed there for Crazy. Perfect layering overall, and they get an easy kill.
And that's the difference this time around when you have that Blink Dagger on Centaur. Now you have a reliable catch that they didn't have in the previous Centaur game. And that paid off immediately.
And that was the reveal, of course, so EG having no idea.
Yeah, Ryoya is going to pay more attention to it now. He can always dissimulate it if he's ready. The cast time is longer on the Hoof Stomp than Dissimulate. So if you see Centaur coming up, you have like, if you're mentally prepared for it, then you can.
You're saying Hoof Stomp has a long cast animation. I never knew that.
You hate it. You hate it. So
miserable to play against. Radiance is almost online for Wraith King, RTZ. 15-minute Radiance, essentially. Not too shabby to go along with Phase Boots.
This opens up for some bigger plays for EG. I think they should have a plan on the map now. Chen with the mech and level 7 coming up, so he will have maxed out creeps, Wraith King Radiance, and a pretty strong Phoenix to go with it. There should be a smoke rotation probably in toward the mid lane, and they try to get this tower with the Chen creeps, or they go and contest Roche, which I said before the game started, if you can stop Huskar here, that's a really big deal, but it doesn't seem like EG either know or are interested at all.
Right. Yeah, it looks to be a free Roche overall.
Their own aggressive move. I would really like to see them put some pressure.
It's going to be scouted.
That's
the rocket. Actually going to look for the hook shot? AUI is doing a nice job of blocking. Actually, yes, the block from KheZu after all is said and done. Brawl takes the Aegis, and that is going to be a free kill onto Clockwork in addition to the Roshan. But Aegis is expended immediately.
Wait, Crit took the Aegis away with Sunray. That was definitely avoidable. Any Oracle second spell, any Oracle ulti, and Huskar is completely fine there, but he ends up losing.
Tunnel visioning on Clock.
Yeah. Ended up losing the Aegis. That's actually a huge play from Crit there. That's a really high impact play. Because, yeah, I mean, sure, you lost the Roshan, but this Roshan is not about the golden experience. It's that Aegis you want on Huskar. That's everything to this hero in timing strategies, and that timing's gone. So EG can kind of chill for quite a while, and if Crazy are going to take it to them, you find that Oracle once in the fight, you lock down the Huskar right after.
Ryoya, he's in a decent amount of trouble here. Ryle gets off the life break. Ryoya, though, it's going to be close. We'll go down before the TP actually activates.
Just short
actually,
cooldowns.
We have the Fangs on each respective side. I believe Huskar is the best hero in the entire game with this item. Would you agree with that?
It's one of the best, at least, because he uses both the lifesteal and spell lifesteal really well, and he wants to build amplification items like Halberd, right? But in this case, I don't know if he's going to do it. He's currently queuing up BKB. I kind of like Halberd here. I think that would be really good this game. Maybe he's just respecting the vessel above all else. He knows it's coming eventually. Clockwork's actually kind of far from it right now. Bulba's not having a very rich game. He's 4k net worth, which is very low, minute 17 on Clockwork. But maybe they can still make it work. They're setting up for Spectre.
Crit is dead in the top lane, and in the meantime, the hookshot does connect onto the Spectre. See if they have enough damage to take him out. Arteezy a bit blocked by the cogs. There goes the Haunt. Will Spectre get out in time? It looks like for now the False Promise is applied. Probably going to heal up a decent amount, if not to full. They're just going to continue to chase. Very healthy now is Skeeter. Getting purged off here with that pesky creep Bulba. Not being seen. That was very close to getting the kill on Spectre, but False Promise just in time.
World-class disengage, though. And realizing that they're losing that fight and then getting the hell out of there without losing a single hero was really, really nice coming in from EG. But, you know, crazy quick response. The Stampede, the Oracle TP, and connection into saving Spectre was also very nice. So, yeah, good plays all around. But the bigger picture here is the game plan progressing for either team. Is Crazy getting toward the Huskar play that they want? Is it the BKB and then you go, or do you have to wait for the second Roche? And for EG, oh boy, Ryoya's dead again. He is really getting punished this game by the Centaur.
It's almost like a last pick Huskar makes a big difference in the game, Cinderin. Craziness.
I mean, yes and no, because I feel like most of his deaths, honestly, are just getting caught by hoof stomps, right? That was like the third time in a row he gets
but you're
into
tilted
arrow.
that they picked Huskar. So that's kind of the issue,
yes.
you know? Hook shot onto 2, Moon Meander.
Oh, the damage from
stuck
Arteezy.
inside the cogs. Kezu being chased by Arteezy for now. EG is relatively healthy, but here comes the initiation onto Arteezy. Does have his ultimate. Ice armor creep is there for moral support. Was recently nerfed. He's not too happy about it, as you can tell by his complexion at the moment. Wasn't a heavy nerf, though, I will say. I was expecting more. I was expecting Devourer for Doom not to work. Like to increase his level as a creep, perhaps.
Right.
But it wasn't to be. Fly will sacrifice himself here. Gets off the mech. Arteezy's thinking about coming in.
No way.
They even used Stampede just to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah. EG are not really making any plays of their own, though. Bulba still is far away from this vessel. He's actually going to get it after the BKB of Bryle, which is, you know, very unfortunate timing-wise. He would have loved to have, like, just a couple of minutes, at least, of a power play that they don't have now. And
well, I think the cool thing about this is...
He's spotted.
Pick a
they know he's
Clockwork,
there.
As we're going to see bot lane, Bryle will get on top of Arteezy. There's another sentry. It's just in range. And Arteezy will go down at least once, probably a second time, although support is on the way in the form of Bulba. Arrow will not connect. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get here in time. Hookshot is up, but no reason to expend it. What I was saying is I love the Clockwork pick because he doesn't have to play position 3, right? The Phoenix is essentially position 3 right now, right?
Oh, he absolutely
is.
So
he has Aghanim Scepter first item. I don't know if I've ever seen that as a first item, but it's super strong. Makes the egg stronger. You can save a teammate. I love this Ags.
How does it work with Wraith King if he has ulti ready and you take him in the egg? Does he die or does he reincarnate? I actually genuinely don't know. So if you're in the egg of Phoenix, Phoenix might die here actually. Yeah. He's maybe not dead. Egg?
He has egg.
Oh, he didn't use it. He could have lived there with egg. He would have lived. Anyway, if you take somebody in your egg and eggs and the egg gets broken, both you and the guy you took in die together. But what if the guy you took in...
reincarnation.
Then it uses reincarnation?
I mean, I would be shocked if it doesn't. Why wouldn't it?
I don't know.
It doesn't disable passives or anything like that, so shouldn't be a problem. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've seen a Wraith King with Ags inside of an egg, and that's when it gets really interesting. Especially for Phoenix, who comes back for 7 seconds, Cinderin. With Wraith King Ags.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it makes every interaction very interesting in the game. In fact, I was testing it out with Rolling Boulder from Pango, and if you die during Rolling Boulder, it just continues rolling. There's no stoppage at all. It's awesome. Yeah. Or what did I say? Rolling Boulder? Yeah. Rolling Thunder. They're going to find Mirana here.
Dead Moon Meander. Pop.
He is super dead. Bulba has hook shot. Yep, going to connect. AUI has False Promise.
9.
Yep. AUI is actually a higher level than him. That is pretty rough. AUI, though, looks to be, well, probably dead if they can get one more stun. That's going to miss on the Aether Remnant. Getting healed. That's not a heal. That's death for crit. Yeah, it's going to be a free tier 1 tower.
Yeah. So first real team move from EG, I want to say the whole game almost, that is successful. And now what they get with this, they get the top tier 1 tower. They can start warding aggressively in the top half of the map, and this can give them Roshan control. This area needs to be theirs. for the next few minutes. If they can hold it and get Roche, I want to say they're favored in the game. And I know I'm going against the Spectre late game, but I think... How to put this? I think the community is still thinking of Spectre as a hero that it was 2 years ago. This hero does not automatically win late game when it's farmed. There's way too many nerfs that it has had or solutions other heroes have. Oh, good arrow.
Ryoya again getting caught off guard. Heal's not enough for crit. Could have actually saved him with his egg if he wanted to. Had the opportunity. Might do it onto Arteezy here in a moment. No? We'll just be using it on himself. There's the attack speed coming from Huskar. Gets stunned though. It's going to be close.
Oh
the egg gets lost. And the Sunray to follow. That was a huge egg as Bryle still pretty healthy. Getting low on HP now, and finally the right clicks will suffice. Spectre comes back in. Thinking better about it though. Arteezy very low. Is he going to take down? He does. Kezu comes up with a foot stomp as well. Skeeter applying some more pressure as Phoenix will finally die. This would have been a rout in favor of Crazy, but still looking very good regardless, even after the amazing egg. 4 for 1.
The egg had 1
and the hoof
HP,
stomp will
it might be 5
continue
for 1. It is.
into an arrow. Terrific team fight for Crazy. They're giving the kill to Spectre, it looks like.
So that egg had literally 1 HP, and Clockwork, Bulba tried to cover it by hookshotting the Huskar, but he hit the neutral camp. And when that happened, I thought that fight was over. But he actually managed to still get the egg out with the cogs, but yeah, just not enough in the tank, not enough damage. Ryoya has just died too much this game. He needs to be available for his team in these fights, and he keeps getting caught first. I don't think he had a buyback there, because you can buyback Divine Favor him in and win that fight. But I do believe he died first, right? I think so.
Aether Remnant.
Oh, getting Kezu, he's far in front.
He is almost alone. AOI is here, but not a whole lot of mana. And actually going to use Stampede. Bryle coming in now. And the chase will continue. Looks like AOI will finally go down to the Void Spirit, and Crit will die in turn. So it's going to be a 1 for 1. No real... I guess still favor going to Crazy in that, since the Phoenix is basically position 3 right now.
That's completely fine for them. Also, the fact that EG were initiating that move. They were looking for the Centaur kill and didn't find it. So much time and resources spent there unsuccessfully. Yeah, this game is looking really good for Crazy, honestly.
Yeah, looking much better than the last few games for sure. Silver Edge, not sure if we've seen it break anybody yet. He might have just picked it up, I'm not sure. But either way, can have huge impact in this game on pretty much any hero, any of the cores, Centaur, Huskar, or Spectre. And it looks like Huskar will finally get rid of the Fangs in place for the, what is the item called? Let's find
Grove Bow?
No.
Oh, he's getting the sliver.
Silencing.
Right. He had the Grove Bow just before this. He's getting the Titan Sliver.
Oh, he takes the sliver now. Okay.
Yeah. I think Mindbreaker in this game goes on Spectre. You can just taunt and catch any backliner. Just the duration of the silence with Manta and Diffusal, you're an assassin basically. You can kill the Chen almost, or you can pressure the Void Spirit a lot. For now, he hasn't grabbed it though, right? He's still holding on to his Ring of Aquila. Do they not have a Mindbreaker? Are you just making things up?
Hook shot comes in a little bit late as the Aegis has already been picked up, along with the cheese, in fact. Crit, getting off a Sunray, has the egg, will use it, but will not eat anybody. Nobody's really side of EG. The egg will go down, and that is a huge loss for EG. As they are now on the run, Fly will attempt to TP out, will be successful. Bulba looks to be the second to die, but it could have been a lot worse for EG, I feel. So this is maybe better than expected after the Aegis was already taken.
Yeah, they got the Aegis again, but they're starting to really lose economy. That's another 3k gold going to a Crazy. They're now 10k up.
Oh, a free item. Arteezy's like, Enchanted Quiver?
Fortunate
Fuck
Quiver.
that item.
Didn't you say there's a Mindbreaker on the Radiant?
Yeah,
They do have it. They're just not using it. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
That item is really good. I think you should definitely put it on somebody. All right, high ground. Here we go. This is a big moment for Crazy. You can still fail this. You got to be careful. You're playing into some pretty strong team fight. You know there's no egg at least, but you can get cut off pretty easily by Clockwork Cogs. You've expended your false promise. You've expended BKBs. And yeah, they will back off for now and chill.
Crit is
cutting the wave as well.
He's going for Refresher. I'm a little surprised about that. Typically, you'll see Shivas. I mean, first you'll see Shivas into Ags into Refresher. That's fairly common, but he's going kind of backwards. What do you think about Refresher next?
It allows him to use the first egg way more liberally, right? He can use it super early in the fight and then put pressure, and then he can use the second egg to save when the fight is going later. I think it's honestly pretty good. I think he needs something really big here for his team. He kind of needs to semi-carry the game because Ryoya's game is this bad. They're playing a one-core strategy right now, if you look at it. There's like the...
And your core's Wraith King. That's not great.
It's not the worst. Like, that's also a bit of an outdated stereotype that this hero can't carry. It can carry with the right items and with the talents. It can be really strong, but in this game, the odds are you're just outnumbered, right? It's Spectre, Huskar, and even Centaur, who can also get pretty strong later on that you have to deal with. So Arteezy can't do it alone, and somebody needs to step up. And this is an ambitious but big item from Crit.
Crit? Oh, arrow will not connect.
Way whiffed arrow
off there. He's going to jump
this
in.
Could be really bad.
They're going to find the Oracle right after that, so no save. But here's the egg. Can they stop the attacking? No, not even close. The egg goes down easily. Now EG debating whether they want to stay in this fight or not. Bulba has pretty much no spells to work with, so it's a 3v4. Hoof Stomp connects onto Voice. We're going to have a buyback onto Bulba, but it's too late. Double kill for Skeeter. Right in the meantime, going ham onto Arteezy. A triple kill for Skeeter. Double buyback, in fact, from EG, but really to no avail, as nothing will come of it. And this game is just snowballing way in favor of Crazy right now.
The moment Oracle died in the backline, it's
GG.
actually GG. The moment Oracle died in the backline and Crit was diving back on the Phoenix, I thought he was going to place an egg on the high ground, and that fight could have been really good. But he canceled his dive on the low ground, and then he just got, overrun by Huskar and Spectre. Just a bit of a misplay there, ending up just finishing the game off as Ryoya got hoof stomped for the fourth